Good morning. For science today, we're going to continue our study of sound, and we're going to be talking about sound with the voice. How does our own sound work? So we're going to be talking about how we speak, some parts of our body that will transition pretty well into our next unit because we're going to be talking about the human body after this. That's going to be after spring break. We'll basically spend the rest of that quarter, or the whole fourth quarter, working on the human body in science. So I'm going to come over to the Delta Reader Science book. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so how we speak. Now, we all know about our nose, mouth, and tongue. All of those are part of how we make sounds. That's part of how we speak. Now, invisible to us is our vocal cords in our voice box or larynx. So we're going to be talking about that today and how we can do different things to make certain sounds. Your vocal cords allow you to sing high notes and low notes. So we know that's related to pitch and the length of, a wavelength. We're going to get into what that looks like for our voices today. Now, we make sounds when we speak, laugh, or sing. Remember that sounds come from vibrating objects, right? Now, the part of the body that vibrates to make sounds is the vocal cords. So our vocal cords vibrate to make sounds similar to how a guitar string would. Now, vocal cords are folds of very thin muscle. They are found in the voice box or larynx. Okay, so the whole part is the voice box or larynx. You can find your own voice box. Gently press your fingers to your throat while you hum or sing. Can you all try that? Press your fingers right up to your throat. Let me go to our camera for a moment. Right around here. And if you say or ah, do you see it kind of, or do you feel it kind of shaking? Ah, That's because there's some vibration happening right in there with your vocal cords. Now, if you move your fingers along the front of your throat, you will feel the vibrations of your vocal cords. When we speak, our vocal cords tighten. This makes the passageway for air get smaller. Okay. Imagine speaking, it tightens up, shortening the passageway like a reed instrument that we talked about, like a flute, shortening the passageway. Air from the lungs moves between the vocal cords, making them vibrate. These vibrations make sounds. Our teeth, tongue, and lips shape the sounds into words. So we talk about that quite a bit with our phonograms and in spelling class. The tongue, mouth, and teeth change the way those sounds work. But it's our lungs pushing up air and then the vibration of those cords that actually creates the sound, just like all other sound is made with vibration. Now, humans can make many different sounds. We can shout or we can whisper. That's a difference in volume. We talked about volume, remember? So a loud volume is a shout, a soft volume is a whisper. We can sing high notes and low notes. That's pitch. That relates to a wavelength. Now, our vocal cords let us change the volume and pitch of the sounds we make. So you know how we talked about with greater energy, there's greater volume, and with like a longer wavelength, which could involve thicker strings or something that's not wound very tightly, it's kind of loose, that makes a low pitch. Now our vocal cords do all of that work. Our vocal cords can make sound waves with different amounts of energy. Think about shouting. You send a rush of air over your vocal cords. They vibrate with a lot of energy, so they make loud sounds. So the more energy, the greater the volume. When you whisper, your vocal cords vibrate with a small amount of energy. They make quiet sounds with low volumes. Now, our vocal cords can also make sound waves with different frequencies. That's relating to pitch, the frequencies, which is how many waves there are every second. When vocal cords are tight, they vibrate quickly. Fast vibrations make sound waves with a high frequency and a high pitch. You all probably can just make a high pitch when you think about, oh, what do I need to do for a high pitch? Like, ah! You have to make your vocal cords really tight to make that high pitch. Now, when vocal cords are loose, they vibrate more slowly. Just like a string on a guitar, if it's looser, it's going to be a lower sound. Slow vibrations make sound waves with a low frequency and low pitch, whereas fast vibrations make sound waves with a high frequency and high pitch. You have to make a little bit more of a tightened effort to make those high pitches versus slowing your voice for low pitch. So, very similar to what we saw with other parts of sound, just happens to be that your vocal cords are the strings doing all the work. Not all of the work, but the part of the work where there's vibration. And then our tongue, teeth, and lips form the sounds. It's how we have different sounds like th. Our tongue and teeth are working together for those sounds. Or is a vibration coming and forming with our lips. Farmer. Our tongue, teeth, and lips are working together to make those sounds. Okay, that is all for this video, but you also do have some notes to take on what we just learned. I will talk to you all later. Have a wonderful day. Bye.